episode 2 of the Novice Academy, From Fields to Fortune. This is my save where I'm taking a side from Mid-Wales League Division 2 all the way up to the Welsh Premier League and to eventually win the Champions League. A fairly difficult task, as you would imagine, made even more complicated by the fact that I will not be signing anyone, and this will be entirely players that have come through the Novice Academy youth system. And that is a youth system where I have basic youth facilities at the moment and poor training facilities, limited youth recruitment and minimal junior coaching. About as difficult as you can get. The last time we were together, it was August. We had just beaten Churchstroke 4-1 in the first game of the season. I was extremely confident that we were going to have a decent season. As you can see on the screen, it has not been as simple as that. We are now in the 3rd of January. This will be my second video of the season. I will try and do 2 or 3 a season. One at the start, one towards the Christmas time, and one at the end. Simply because I want to get on and actually play the save and not just spend all my time recording videos. I want to give the audience an update of where we are, because I imagine not much will change in the first 2 years, as we are really going to struggle based on the first 4 months in the job. So it started well enough. First game you saw, we won 4-1. Stuart Sullivan scored 4 goals. We then followed that with 2 draws and a 2-0 victory over Kerry. Then the wheels started falling off. We lost 2-1 to Prestine and then went on a run of 4 straight defeats. A draw against 4 Crosses, 3-3 draw. We conceded 2 penalties in that game, so really should have won it. Then we lost to Abermule. A draw against Betis. Another defeat. Then we beat Churchstroke again, 2-0. Where we should have lost, but they missed load of chances. So I'd quite happy to play them again and again and again. The last game we played, we lost 4-2, a disappointing defeat. One thing that has struck me since starting this save is how poor our squad actually is. I've gone for every player and there is only one attribute which is in the double figures, and that is Robin needs his natural fitness of a 12. Everything else is below 10. In terms of technical ability, that is about par for this level of football. Lots of teams in this league have similar attributes, but it's the physical and mental attributes where we are being absolutely destroyed. Most teams will have players with fitness, double figures, bravery, anticipation, work rate. Our best work rate is 9. The average is about 6 or 7. So we don't work very hard as a team. Teamwork ain't great. We don't have a natural leader. We're not very determined. We don't make good decisions. And we're not very brave. And we're also not very aggressive. So that is why we are struggling. Mentally and physically, we are very, very poor. We need regens. We need guys to come through that are new blood, that are better. It's certainly in the mental and physical attributes. And we also need the current players to be dragged along with that. If we get 2 or 3 guys with really good work rate and determination, that will improve these guys coming through. That's certainly the hope anyway. If not, this could be a very, very long save and go nowhere. So having a look at my squad, we have got quite a mixed squad. We only have got a few players who are ready for first team football, and we've had some inconsistent performances from these guys so far. Reese, who's a centre back by trade, but I'm also training him as a left back, hasn't done brilliantly, averaging 6.65 in his 12 games so far. There's potential there. He's versatile, can play anywhere across the back, is what we'll be training up to. Stephen Watkins, according to all reports, is one of the best players at the club, but he has been very poor, averaging 6.49. Attributes are really struggling. He is nowhere near ready for football. There is potential there. He can play at anywhere in the spine, potentially. So there's room for training there, but some of his form has been atrocious. Against 4 Crosses, he averaged a 4.8. He only played 45 minutes. He gave away 2 penalties in that time. So I'm kind of leaving him out the side as best I can. Danny Bowen, goalkeeper, was my first choice until a couple of weeks ago, but I've rested him, /dropped, / gave the other guy a chance. Ben Higgins is my captain. Started out as just a centre half, but I'm also training him as a defensive midfielder. That's moving along quite nicely. 6.87, which is a pretty decent average rating for me so far. My current number one keeper, Jeremy Marshall-Jones, 16 years of age, only played a couple of times. Robin Needs is my star man this season. 6.89 average rating, very consistent. Natural fitness of 12. A spine player, central midfielder, can play most of the midfielder roles okay. I've generally taken the theory if it's over 3/4 of that circle, then they can play it well. If not, they're just training on it. So he has really come on since the start of the season. Right at the start, he could only play central midfielder, but I've been training him and he's developing quite nicely. There's scope there for him to do really well for us, and can also play potentially defensively at centre back or defensive midfielder. Jason Shannon is a right back, not played a huge amount of football, only 6 appearances at an average rating of 6.57. He's been my backup right back, but he's starting to be more involved as he develops as a player. Luke Vowles has been my number one right back, not played particularly well at all. Average rating 6.56 in 10 games, poor. I'm going to mention 2 other players. Wayne Curtis, left back. Giving him his debut this game that you'll see in a moment. Defensive fullback at the moment, but he's improving. Started the season in the under-19s and has now going to be given a chance as he's now current ability low for the senior team. And Lee Francis is the other fullback. He's 18. I'm not confident that Lee is going to be with us for a huge amount longer. He's in my under-19s at the moment. Generally speaking, anyone towards the bottom here, I've just left in my under-19s to see how they develop. So who is performing? In terms of goals, Stuart Sullivan has 8, which is not bad considering we are bottom of the table. But then you can remember in one of those games he scored 4. So 4 in 14. It's okay. Our main problem is if he doesn't score, no one else does. Our second and our next couple of goal scorers are Eric Coulson with 2. Little defensive forward. Does okay. Alex Tannock started the season okay, but has dipped off. Average rating, Sullivan, Needs and Higgins are my best 3. If you take those out, there's not a massive amount here. In terms of value, they're all amateurs, they're not worth anything. I am really enjoying the save. It probably does sound like I'm a bit deflated, but I am at the moment because I've been playing this for the last 3 or 4 hours and we've not had many good results so far. So I've reviewed the team, I've reviewed what's happened so far. Tactics wise, I've had lots of fun on this. I started off at 4-4-2, then tried to implement a 4-2-3-1 formation. But my biggest problem, as I think I mentioned in my previous video, attacking midfielder roles, defensive midfielder roles, I haven't got those. I've just got the basic positions, which means it's 4-4-2 or 4-3-3. Even there, that's an adapted 4-3-3. My biggest problem, as I probably mentioned on probably all my videos, is tactically, I don't know what these all mean. I can muck around with these all day and not see anything that's an improvement, so it's trial and error here. It doesn't help that I always manage lower league clubs that are fairly poor, so I'm dealing with poor players, poor tactically. I could really go to Barcelona where I've got amazing players and develop a tactic there, but I then wouldn't be able to implement this at a lower level. So I have been extremely varied in my tactics. My run of form, where I lost successive games, I was trying absolutely everything, which is something you shouldn't do in this game because you'll just lose. The days of putting a tactic in and it working straight off the bat are long gone. I love Championship Manager for that, especially 0102, which I still play. I'm trying to keep it as simple as possible. 4-4-2. Got my wingers, a couple of ball winners in midfield, and a couple of strikers. So today we are playing Dolgello Athletic, who are in 11th position. Got a draw against them earlier on the season. We are bottom of the table, but if we can get a couple of wins together, then we could be around about 8th position, and it wouldn't look so bad. I'm looking forward to Regen Day, which is early March, where I'll get some intake of fresh players. I ideally want to finish the season around about 9th, 10th position, end it positively, and move on to next season. Look at our league positions, we've just fallen off a cliff. I was really confident at the end of the last video that we'd be somewhere around 3rd, 4th, 5th at the end of the season, but we've just tanked it. Team for today, Jeremy Marshall-Jones in goal. Back four, Jason Shannon at right back, Wayne Curtis for his debut at left back, Ben Higgins and Reece Reece as my two central defenders. On the right hand side of midfield, we've got Garman Barnard, Mason Lloyd on the left, David Harries and Robin Needs in the centre of midfield, with Eric Coulson as a deep line forward and Stuart Sullivan as my advanced forward. Go for counter, we're going to be flexible. Team instructions, I want to exploit the left and right flanks, play fairly wide and go route one and be quite disciplined. Fairly basic stuff there. I'm dealing with very basic players, so I don't want to try and be too complicated. Unbelievably, I've been linked to other jobs. Eurosport have rang me up and said, are you going to go to another club at your level of football? This is where Football Manager does itself no favours with its interactivity. This sort of thing works at a high level. If you're managing in the Premier League or one of the top European leagues, this sort of thing really adds to the game. When you're managing it at the lowest level of Welsh football, Eurosport ain't going to give me a call. The guy at the Cardiff newspaper probably isn't going to give me a call, and we're based in Cardiff. Oh, that's positive. All these smiling, regenerated faces who are absolutely unhappy. So, several players feel we're underachieving. Stuart Sullivan. And the rest of them seem to think that it's their fault, the players' fault. And we're off. Very dull half. No highlights whatsoever so far. So I'm going to have to make some comments. Switched off, so I'm going to take him off. And then start second half. So can we create something? Can anyone create something? Go on, Mason. Nice looking ball. Stuart Sullivan was offside though. Marshall Jones with the goal kick. Aims long. And Dolgellu will look to restart. Ooh, yay. Nathan Day, 11 goals this season. Let's get forward. What can I change? I don't want to pump it into the box. I want to hit early crosses. Whip them in. Run at defence. Come on, let's get the wingers into play. As Tancock brings it down. Tancock. Unlucky. So, this is how it's been all season, to be fair. And how it's going to be probably for the rest of the season. As soon as we concede, we lose. If we're lucky, we might get away with something, but there's no real quality. 4.4 average rating. Wayne Curtis, 4.4. My word. It's your debut. Got to come off. Can't have him on the pitch at 4.4. No one likes me here. I don't like them, to be fair. Oh, this is horrible. Come on, Reece Lloyd. Come on. We're in. Come, Sully. Oh, off the post. Get it back in. Yeah, there's no quality in the manager or in the players. Come on, Sully. Come on. You're in. Yay! Well done. 9th goal of the season. Come on. Go for overload. It's not going to work, but we might get a point out of this. 82 minutes gone. Looking to build. Can we win the ball back? Oh, that's a good ball. Come on. Bottle one. That's a superb save by Marshall Jones. Long ball over the top. It's intercepted. Come on. Knock it long, knock it long. Go on, Sully. Go on, Sully. Too close to the keeper. We seem to only have 1 or 2 chances while the opposition have loads and loads and loads. Go on, Reese. Needs Doyle. Tancock. He's through. He's through. He's got to be straight at the goalkeeper. You can't say we haven't had chances. That's the frustrating thing here. For once, we've actually had some half-decent chances. Minute and a half. Is he going to drop for us? Foot in. Go on. Nice ball. Come on. Oh, what a finish. What a finish. That is amazing. That is superb. And that very nearly woke my son up, who's sleeping on my chest at the moment. Sorry, Mark. That is a superb finish from Stuart Sullivan. I'm going to go to contain. I'm happy with the point. That is amazing. Unbelievable. And they've got highlight. Get it away, get it away. 15 seconds. This will feel like a victory. Get him away. Do not let him shoot. Do not let him shoot. Our free kick. That's fine. That's fine. Full-time score. That is a good result. Everyone seems to be happy. Wayne Curtis at 4.4. That's not great. But Stuart Sullivan, my hero, even though he hates me, scored 2 goals. Incredible. It's a fairly even game. Lots of shots created, lots of shots, lots on target. Possession-wise, we always lose battle of possession. So there we go. That is episode 2 in the can. We did not lose. 2-0 down, and we got back to 2-2. That's 2 Stuart Sullivan goals. That's excellent for us. So that's the end of the video. I hope you've enjoyed. It's a little bit different to how a standard YouTube FM17 video would be. But I hope it works for you as guides and an audience. If you liked it, please leave a like. If you didn't like it, feel free to click that dislike button. But if you do that, I'd appreciate a comment saying why you disliked it so I can learn for next time. If you're new to the channel, please do subscribe. If you're currently one of my 4 subscribers that I've got, thank you very much for being part of this amazing adventure. I'll see you again soon. I imagine it'll be at the end of the season. I hope to be giving you good news that we'll be not bottom of the table, and we'll have a chance to look at the regens that have come into the squad from now. So I've been the FM Novice. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you again soon. Ta-da.